Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
Most of us love animals, choosing to bring them into our lives in the form of pets. But that doesn't change the fact that they can be real jerks sometimes. Unlike human beings that have empathy and understanding of what is okay in polite society, an animal will just do whatever it wants, even if its result is a fatal injury or even death. But from a dolphin destroying an iPod to a porcupine messing with a leopard, today we are looking at 10 animals that were completely jerks to one another. Number 10. Dolphin. Dolphins are considered the friendliest and the smartest of the sea animals. However, they are capable of doing some pretty heinous things. They are known to kill baby porpoises. If that isn't enough to horrify you, check out this video of a dolphin messing with a girl. The woman in the video was reminded harshly by one of our close aquatic friends that tablet photography, no matter how acceptable by tech critics and society at large, remains a social offense. Upon closer examination of the video, it can be seen that the woman is actually holding a matching iPhone in the other hand, which can only mean that she had to have looked at two gadgets in her hands and actively decided that the giant hardcover book-sized screen was the better camera option. Perhaps the dolphin was provoked by this hubris. Whatever the reason, we are glad that this dolphin is the reason we are one iPad less in the world. Number 9. Dogs excited over a cat fight. Apparently, two cats got into a fight for an unknown reason, and instead of this dog trying to broker peace, it is doing something different. The animal is seen prancing up and down in what seemed like he's cheering them on. Better still, he's excited that he is about to be thrilled with an exciting match from Muhammad Ali's Royal Rumble. Is he about to broker a peace deal for his friends? We guess not. As for the cats, they felt betrayed and didn't have to fight to entertain the spectator. Number 8. Cat boxing dog. We are well aware that cats and dogs cannot be friends. Well, sometimes they can be the best of friends, but certainly not in this case. You might have to call 911 as this poor Labrador retriever has a dog's life. His bad-tempered companion is giving his mate here a serious hard time. Well, the worst part here is the owner isn't doing anything about this issue. The cat can be seen giving punches continuously at the dog's face. The poor dog just wanted to have some fun, but this cat is in no mood for having a dog as its companion. First it hisses at the dog, but it didn't work. And then this tough Tom goes to town on the poor Storm's nose. The cat just swiped at it time and time again, but rather than fight back, the dog named Storm seemed to think as if the cat was just playing. Number 7. Polar bear meets a sled dog. This particular tale is one of two halves, so don't judge fully because of the first part, or you might miss the moral of the whole thing. In Manitoba, Canada, a person and their sled dog team went to a protected wildlife sanctuary in order to try to get some up-close and personal footage of polar bears who were at the sanctuary. After they chained up one of their sled dogs, the poor bear approached the dog, and to the team's surprise, it started to play with it. It was surprising because although polar bears can be nice, they are still bears, and you can't just figure out when they'd lash out. The bear started to nudge the dog and tease it, and later on went on to hug the dog and cuddle with it, and eventually the dog realized what was going on. It was a heartwarming moment, which is quite the opposite of the title of today's video, but that's where the twist comes in. At the same sanctuary, 3 bears had to be removed because they attacked some of the dogs. So it gives us the lesson that although it's nice and fun to see bears getting all playful, it isn't something that should be expected all the time, and be careful around bears even if they look friendly. Number 6. Magpie and Rat. Even birds can be jerks. Just look at this magpie going against this small rat. The poor rat was crossing the street, minding its own business, when all of a sudden this feisty bird shows up and challenges the rodent to a fight. And of course, there's not much the rat can do. The magpie is able to fly and move faster while the rat can only run around, hoping for the bird to go away. In the end, the rat drops itself to the ground, and we can assume the small rodent probably died. But why did the magpie do it? It doesn't seem like the bird wanted to eat, and if you ask me, I'd say this bird is just being a jerk and bullying this defenseless animal. Number 5. Monkey bullies. Monkeys are hardcore bullies. Sometimes they don't even need an invader. These animals just bully each other. They just smell the weakness in a fellow monkey and bully the poor fellow endlessly. Back in the year 2008, in the Zhaozhou City Zoo, China, a monkey was orphaned. It was then bullied by other jerk monkeys. The whole troop of monkeys hated this orphan fiercely. They bullied this kid so badly that the guard dog was given to this monkey to keep the other rude animals away. If this dog had not been placed, this little fellow would have been torn apart by the other jerks. Number 4. Goat takes on a huge cow. What do you call someone who messes up with the enemy double their size? Yeah, a jerk. That's what this goat here is. This happened at an undisclosed location in India. A brave goat was seen not backing down from a cow, even if it massively outsized him. Then a nudging match started, going back and forth with their heads aligned against each other. For a while, they just went back and forth as if they were daring each other into action. Eventually, the cow, being the heavier one, pushed the goat backwards. But this goat isn't going to give up this easily. The goat stood his ground, and at one point, the goat did send the cow staggering backwards. The final lesson: don't judge the strength of an animal by its size. Number 3. Penguin kidnappers. Penguins are cute and cuddly, and they can't cause any sort of harm to anyone. Well, that's not the case here. These cute-looking animals are the kidnappers. Their waddling, flappy arms, fluffy cheeks, and often delight us, but don't let them fool you. Penguins live in the icy regions in the North and South Poles, forming lifelong loving relationships with their partners, and also decided to kill parents. But the reality is something else. Penguins do mate with multiple partners, but what if the mother penguin can't give birth then? Then they just kidnap each other's kids. That's weird but true. It might seem as the happy feet is just dancing, but the whole time he could have been kidnapped and forced into an unwanted dancing behavior. Number 2. Chased by goose. You have seen a lot of animals messing around with other animals, but as we all know, humans are the ones who mess around with animals the most. So let's talk about that a bit, shall we? As a kid, your dad was probably your hero, except this little girl's dad. He couldn't be less of a knight in shining armor. This video starts with the little girl who's happy to see a goose. So happy that she starts running after it and making it fly. Now, what we all know about geese is that it's very territorial of an animal and doesn't want anyone near its personal space, especially annoying humans. But that's exactly what this little kid does. She flings something at the goose and soon realizes the geese don't particularly like stuff being flung at them. The goose starts chasing the girl, who can be seen running terrifying. Instead of rushing to his daughter's side, Dad just laughs. In fairness to him, it is pretty funny. Before we move to number 1, we have an honorable mention here for you guys. Uninvited guest. You can tell from the start that the jerk in this video is this huge monitor lizard. The cold-blooded animal is climbing this tree to get to a possum's nest and steal the babies. But what the monitor lizard doesn't know is that up there he will find a caring possum mom who won't let him go without a fight. This mom can bite, and she won't let this jerk easily take her babies. Unfortunately, the lizard is too strong. It has a venomous tongue and plenty of skills to get what it wants. Sorry, possums, it seems like the jerk won this fight. Number 1. Leopard and the Porcupine. Porcupines are small and calm animals that like to go around minding their own business until predators like this leopard show up. Once the little animal feels threatened, it can easily make use of its quills to double its size and scare the predators away. A videographer who was vacationing in forests accidentally stumbled upon a leopard going into the culvert and finding out the hard way that the area was already home to a large porcupine whose quills were about a foot long. The leopard, being a predator, was not too happy with the presence of this creature and tried to attack it, but porcupines have a great defense mechanism and they know how to use it effectively. The porcupine positioned its quills facing the leopard, and the poor member of the cat family had to back off. Sure enough, the leopard did not win the fight, and it proves once again that whether you're big or small, you should think twice before messing with the porcupine. Have you ever seen or encountered any mischievous animals like the ones on this list? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.